Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
Hey y'all.
If you're new here, I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're Avery Street Design Studio.
With Rupert.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for being here today. Sorry our video's a little bit late. Some of you may know that follow us on Facebook. Our daughter was pregnant with twins, and she was only 7 months pregnant, and she had to have the babies born. She had to have a C-section. She went into labor. So that was last weekend. Right. And then this weekend, she had some severe complications with her C-section, and it was very serious. So we've been at the hospital just all week, and we have grandkids with us. So it's been a crazy week. Thank you guys for understanding. Thank you for all the kind words on Facebook. We appreciate it.
Yep. So
this week we are
going to give you the best top 3 sellers of all of the Christmas stuff from last year.
Yes.
We're going to show you what we built, what they sold for, and how much money we've made on them.
Yep.
These are things that are absolute sellers that we have profited on. So before we get into this year's crop of Christmas stuff, we thought we would give you a quick rundown of the stuff that is sold for us.
Yes.
So take it, build it, sell it, love
make
it.
lots of money.
Yep, do what you gotta do. So
all right, well, let's get started.
Yep. Comment of the week. This week's comment of the week is from Steve Moss -6KT. I don't even need to say the dashes. I do it because I'm an idiot. But Steve Moss asked us this question yesterday. Hi y'all. The other day you mentioned your agent's phone number for Alibaba. Is there any chance I could get it again?
We don't have a phone number for anybody at Alibaba. We just
don't
wanted
have an agent either.
There is a certain company that we found on there that we buy from. The people we work with are very, very good. But you just have to go on Alibaba and look for the things you need, and then you can message the seller and get the ball rolling. Sometimes you don't even have to message the seller. You just put the stuff in your cart, pay for it, choose what kind of shipping speed you want. I always choose expedited since it's coming from China.
Yep.
And I get my stuff within a week. So that's really good.
We have very specific things that we buy, that we run our business with every single week. We buy the same thing over and over and over. So we built up a really good relationship with these people. I don't know the name of that particular
I'm not sure
seller.
the name of their company. The lady's name is Wayna Dang.
We couldn't pronounce it even if we knew the name.
And I don't
of
even
it.
know if I'm saying that right.
Chinese
But
company.
just go on there and find the product, and then, depending on how many you order, you will get bigger discounts if you order more, of course.
It's a bulk site mostly.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's all over the world. It's not necessarily China. It's everywhere. I saw the other day they had German sellers. So just go on there and see what you can find, and it's a good deal.
And if you're worried about getting ripped off, don't, because Alibaba is extremely reputable. They take care of their buyers and sellers, so buy without any worry.
Yeah, and the purchasing is secure purchasing. It's encrypted, secure.
So check them out, y'all.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So our next project is going to be the Herringbone Christmas tree.
Wait a minute. Did you say Herringbone?
Herringbone. Yep, good friend.
Herringbone.
I love Herringbone. Such a nice guy. Anyway, we're going to do that next.
Sorry.
Yep. This one's going to be about 24 inches tall. With we're going to do skinny lap, if that makes any sense, on the background.
Yep.
Small, thin
Skinny
slap. Skinny lap. It'll be a good time, y'all. Let's do that one now.
Yep.
So we're going to start the herringbone tree by cutting up, pallet slats. We're going to cut them down to 15 inches, and then we're going to slice them in half at the table saw to make the skinny lap. So we're going to cut all these pieces we just cut at the miter saw down in half to 1 3/4 inches to make the skinny lap. Alright, we've got all the pieces cut on the table saw, and we're gonna staple them together with these 2 cut-offs from another piece of pallet wood, I guess. Hard to keep track of all the scraps everywhere. All right, we've got the backboard sanded, and we're gonna just paint some black on it, and then we'll move on to the tree design. You can use any color you want on this. If you're in search of black, there's a ton of black spray paint, or they sell pre-mixed black at Walmart, I think. We bought it there before.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, any black will do. If you like black, if not, you can use a different color.
This is kind of the black, white, stained color, kind of farmhousey color palette, I guess you would call it.
Yep. All right, we'll let that dry, and then we'll do the tree. All right, after lots of math, which is my very favorite thing in the world, we have cut all the pieces and laid them out the way they're going to be on the backboard. We started with the trunk of the tree, which is just a piece with a 45 cut on each side of the tip. And we started laying them out from there. I will put all of the individual measurements in the description of the video if you guys are interested in building this. You can modify it however you want. This is the most pleasing to the eye way we came up with. There's a slight angle to the tree, and it's not too crazy with all the little pieces, so we've got it laid out. I'm going to sand all the little pieces, which you don't really need to see, and then we'll stain them all, and then we'll come back and we'll glue them to the backboard. Alright, now we're just going to use good old golden oak, and we're going to stain them all and let them dry. You can see that we've numbered the back. We've numbered the back of all the pieces so you know which order to lay them down in when you put it together. These are just slices off of the shelf boards that we make. They're 1/2 inch thick, 1.5 inch wide. Just basically parts of a 2x4. And I'm just dipping them in the stain, golden oak stain, dipping them and wiping them off. Quick and easy. Alright, we got all the pieces stained and they're dry, and we're going to put them on the backer board, and we're just going to glue them and let them sit and let the glue do its job. We don't want a bunch of nails in this. So just a little bit of glue.
beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, so to get started on our deer Christmas tree silhouette, I just sketched out a Christmas tree design. I actually just took a piece of paper, actually taped 2 pieces of paper together so it'd be tall enough, and sketched out the shape I liked and then cut it, kind of like you cut snowflakes with the folded paper, and then that made a tree. And then I did the same thing for a smaller one to go in front of it. And then I found a deer silhouette online and I just printed it out and blew it up to the size I liked. And these are what I'm going to use as my templates for cutting these out. We're going to cut them out on 1/4" MDF sheets. We bought those, so those are not free. So there'll be a little cost involved. That's fairly inexpensive.
$25, I think.
Yeah. So we'll have Aaron cut it down to size, and then we'll sketch them out and cut them on the scroll saw.
All right, we've got our 1/4" MDF. We're gonna shave off a 9" wide piece, and that will give us everything we need for this particular project. All right, we need 3 pieces of this. We need one at 15, one at 15, one at 12, and one at 7.
Okay, so Aaron cut these pieces of MDF down to size for me. So I am I can't even talk. I'm just gonna trace this so that I'll have a pattern for the scroll saw. Okay, I'm just gonna cut out, I've trimmed down the edges so there's not so much excess on the side. It makes it easier. Now I'm just gonna start cutting it out. All right, there we go.
All right, we've got the parts cut out, the base cut out. We're gonna attach the parts to the base with little strips of, that's 1/2" MDF. I'm gonna drill and countersink some holes in each one, and then we'll glue them to the piece and nail them in, and then we'll screw them down. It's a lot of information. Okay, we've drilled the holes. We're gonna go ahead and nail the back pieces on, and then we're gonna paint them before we put it together. It's a lot of glue.
All right, so I'm gonna paint the tree that'll be in the very back. I'm gonna paint it gray. And I'm also gonna paint the reindeer. I'm going to paint him like a brown color, and then I'm gonna dry brush some white on him. All right, I've set the tree in front of a fan to dry. I'll wait till the front dries and then I'll paint the edges. So I'm gonna dry brush this deer to lighten it up. So.
All right, the pieces have all been painted. We've kind of marked out on the base where we want them to go. So I'm going to, starting with the deer, start screwing them into the base.
Very nice. So I have bought some Christmas picks, some greenery from Hobby Lobby, and I've cut them off the stem with my wire cutters, and I'm just gonna staple it down. I kind of laid it out on there before doing this to position I liked. And I choose to staple stuff like this down because hot glue usually comes undone, and I think this is just stronger. It's just what I prefer. Everybody has their own preferences, so. Especially if you're doing craft shows, it's better to, better to staple it down, because in transit, stuff like that can come unglued. You don't want to have to get out your hot glue gun at a craft show and start gluing stuff. And so I'll just continue doing this. I'm going to put some behind it. I'm going to put some over here, and then I'm going to put LED lights behind here, the micro LED lights we've talked about before. I've got some, and I'm put it back here so it'll be backlit, and I'll put some behind the behind the deer also, and then that'll be it.
Da, 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 da.
It's that time.
Yay.
Viewer submissions.
Here we are. More back to normal this week. There were 5 of you guys.
Yes.
Congratulations. The first one is Joe T. That's what he told me to say.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. He did the cool barn quilt and some Halloween stuff, particularly the direction sign, Halloween sign.
Yes,
so,
that looks great.
Excellent work, sir. Next is Robert Stone.
Thank you, Robert.
He did his little spin on our segmented wall clock.
Yes.
That's the dryer going off.
I don't know if they heard it or not. But
Had seashells for numbers.
yeah, it was really
good,
cool.
man.
Very
Excellent.
creative.
Right. Next is Chuck and Lynn Heiss.
Thank you, Chuck and Lynn.
They are repeat customers. They did the yard dominoes,
yes,
the grill caddy, and the yard dice.
They all look so good.
Very good stuff. Next is, I'm sorry, Andre Hellebosch from Belgium.
Thank you, Andre,
awesome.
all the way from Belgium. That's great.
We now have acquaintances beside you in Belgium. Some of our extended family.
Yes,
just
they
moved
live
to
there.
Belgium, so way to go. He did a little cutting board laser engraved clock.
Yes,
which
it looks
good.
great.
And last is Joe Boone, who did the little church.
We built a church and we built birdhouses, and he took the two great ideas and combined them, and it's so cool.
Looks good.
I love it.
That's it. So
Yep.
thanks y'all for sending in your stuff.
Yes.
If you would like to participate, there's the address. You know what to do. Here's Rupert.
Yeah.
Nice lab butt. Right
Leave in
the
subject line of the email viewer submission.
That's right.
And we will get that done.
Love to show your stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. So the next project is going to be the decorative sled. We're going to make it out of pallets, of course, using every bit of the pallet this time. From the runners will be the blades of the sled, and then we'll use the planks for the top. This is a very cool little project. I'm excited to do this one, so let's get going on that one.
So we've already cut out one piece of the sled. This is just out of a regular piece of pallet wood. So I've drawn it on this board, and now we're going to cut it out. And those will be the base for the sled.
All right, you saw Cheryl cut out the blades slash runners for the sled. She did an awesome job. Those are very cool. Now we're going to assemble the thing. And we're going to start by cutting a couple thin strips to go between to hold them together. Those are going to be 10.5 by an inch tall. So we're going to do that now. All right, we've got our pieces cut. And I guess you guys needed to see that. It was pretty boring stuff. We're going to stick those there. And we're going to put a long staple in each of them so they stay put. Watch your fingers.
Yes, definitely watch your fingers. I've had to pull a nail out of Aaron's hand before that had punctured all the way through.
More than once.
Yeah. We've been to the emergency room a few times.
Yep.
Between nails and then the table saw got his thumb really bad one day, and he had to get stitches on that one.
Yep.
So always be safe. Better safe than sorry.
Right. 10.5 on that one. This is a little mini sled. Tiny little thing. Don't try to ride it. Probably won't hold up.
I'm sure if you have granddaughters or daughters that are young, they'll try to put their dolls on it.
Yep. That's fine. All right. Now it's held together and we can start putting the top pieces on. All right. So if you've ever seen an old-timey sled, you know, they've got, I guess that would be the steering mechanism, the handles up top. We've made this one 14 inches long by 2 inches wide, and we're going to draw a design on it with some curves to make it a little more fancy. So we've got the piece cut, and she's gonna draw the design on it, and then we'll cut it out.
Okay, so we decided to change this to 1.5 inches because 2 inches just looked too bulky for such a petite sled. And now we want to add some detail to this so it's not just a straight board. So I have this little plumber's tape that I'm using as a template, and I'm just going to make rounded edges.
Hang on, scoot over that way. There you go.
So I'll just Thread that, you know, just find things that are round that are about the right size, and you can generally use these to make your use as little templates. I know they make little art things that have circles and stuff. You can also use those. Okay, so now I want it to kind of go up in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I found the center of my board, which is 7 inches. And now I'm going to put this, just the edge of it on here. And I'm going to mark that so it's nice and round. And then I want this to kind of come out and not just be that little round part. So I'm just sketching a line to kind of smooth it out so it'll gradually go into that half circle or quarter of a circle. And then we'll just cut that out on the scroll saw and it'll be good to put on. All right, just a little cleanup with the sander because, like I said, I'm not the best. I try. I'd probably get better if I had a little more practice, but I like doing it anyway, so there you go.
Show it again. Hold on. All right.
Needs a lot of cleanup.
So here's the steering mechanism all cut out and cleaned up after she sanded it. It looks good. We're going to put that on. And then we're going to work on the rest of the sled top. Alright, we've got the handle figured out, and we've taken some pallet wood and planed it down on both sides and run one of the edges through the joiner and then cut 8 strips that are 12 inches long by 1.5 inches wide. We chose not to show you the planer and the joiner because really how many times do you want to see that? It's the same over and over. So now we've got to figure out what design we want drawn on the platform part. So she's going to figure that out, and then we'll get them all cut, and then we'll put it together.
So I'm just making sure all the boards are level with one another. And then I've got to do the same thing on the top of this to kind of, so that the design will kind of match that. So I'm going to take my wood filler again, and just kind of make a little curve. I don't want a whole lot of it because once again I'm gonna kind of curve out with it. So just gonna kind of sketch a shape on here, and that will be totally up to you how you want to do it.
Yeah, and if you decide to make these, you can make a template that you can use over and over out of cardboard or whatever.
Thin
MDF.
Yep. Yeah. I just kind of sketch it on at first, and then if I like the way it looks, then I kind of go over and clean that up so I know which lines I'm cutting. But I think that's what we're going to do. It kind of mirrors the shape above, so.
You're going to do the bottom?
I think on the bottom I'm just going to round the edges.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get out my handy dandy plumber's tape template. I'm just gonna curve that off like that. Now if you had a belt sander, you could just hold it and do that. You wouldn't have to cut anything. We don't have a belt sander. That's something on our list of things to get, and we'll get it eventually. So if anybody wants to send us a belt sander to try, we'd be happy to. So I think that's about what I'm going to do. Now, actually, I may, now that I'm looking at it, may curve these edges down because I think that would look extra good. And that's it. Now we'll cut it out.
So we're going to cut all these little pieces on the bandsaw, and then we're going to flip them over and mirror them on the other side to make sure they match.
So now I'm just going to lay these out on top of the other 4 boards to make sure we're even with one another, so it won't be wonky. Which is going to be kind of confusing. I think I've got, no. There we go. Couldn't figure out how to put it back together. Okay. Those are all lined up. And yes, it was a little bit off, so this way it will match perfectly. Just make a pretty dark line so you can see the correct line.
And this would be a good time to make your template should you want to make one.
Yes. Okay, now we'll cut out the other side.
All right, we've got everything cut out. It looks great. We've got a line drawn across both of the underpiece, across the top to find the underside. That way we know where to staple. So we're just going to start picking them up and putting a little glue under there and nailing them into place.
So how come you're doing the outside piece next instead of the pieces in the center?
So I can make sure the line stays level as I go across.
Oh, good idea.
If you do one piece at a time, you could tend to travel up or down and not be where you're supposed to be. Now we can just glue them and put them back down, and we know we're on the right track.
That's a great tip.
Great tip, y'all. Write it down.
Well, it was a valid question from me, so I'm sure if I work out here in the wood shop, and if I have questions, I'm sure lots of other people do too.
Yep. All right. You could also use finish nails or staples, either one. I use staples all the time. That's what I have in my gun all the time, so you do whatever you want. All right, now we're going to put the little steering wheel on.
We'll also drill holes in that and put a rope through it because, you know, all sleds have a little rope. But that can be the thing you could hang it with if you want to hang it on the wall. Or you can just have the rope just kind of hanging down for aesthetics.
That's right. There's your sled, ready for winter.
Ready to go sledding.
Now we're going to fill these holes and we'll give it a good sand, and then we'll come back and paint it here in a little bit.
All right. Go ahead and fill the holes. All right.
So I've gone ahead and put a coat, excuse me, a coat on the bottom side of the little sled. I did that off camera because it's the part nobody will ever see. But we've got that with a coat on it, and then we'll flip it over and I'll show you guys painting the top side of it.
And this is a red gloss spray paint.
Spray paint. Spray paint is awesome when you're painting because you don't have to brush anything, you don't have to clean anything up. So
and you can go, it makes you go really fast doing it. So
this red is fantastic. It
yeah.
covers really well. So I'll come back and show you the top part in a minute. All right, this is dry. We're gonna hit it one more time and that'll probably be good for the sled. Whatever that is. All right.
All right, guys.
Yep. Sorry.
These are the best sellers we had from our Christmas projects last year.
The first one we did was the herringbone tree, the individual golden oak stand
Or Herringbone.
Herringbone. He's back in the house.
Yeah.
This one is our best seller of all the stuff we did last year. We sell them for, sorry, I got a dry mouth, about $60 a piece.
Yes.
And these are all tested on Wayfair, so they sell.
Yes, they do.
These are things that are definite sellers. So we've sold a ton of those. That's number one. Number two is the little deer tree silhouette with the trees and stuff.
Yes.
We do those for about $50. And those, in fact, are such good sellers that Hobby Lobby has ripped off the idea.
Yes, they
and
look
started
just like
selling
ours.
them.
It's crazy. We saw that the other day and I was like, what the heck?
What do you know about that? So those are good. And then the last one is the little hanging wooden sled that we did. The little reds.
Yes.
You saw it.
I love the sled.
Yep. We did that one for $65 and those sell really well too.
Yes.
Christmas stuff doesn't only have to be sold around Christmas. So if you have an Etsy shop, stick them in there and leave them in there.
And, you know, and start putting Christmas stuff in there like September, August, September. People start buying it early just to get a jump start. And, you know, we all have to spread out our money because everything's expensive. So when you start up, that's why people start buying early. So.
We just leave our stuff in there year round. You know, it's only 20 cents to list it, which isn't very much. So put them in there, put like 100 quantity on there.
No, we didn't leave them in year round. We don't have them in there right now, do we?
No, not these. I'm talking about just the stuff that we sell.
Oh, yeah, all of our stuff, yes.
We leave it in there all year, so you never know. You might get a Christmas sale in March. People shop all the time on, especially Etsy. People are always looking for stuff. So
yes,
these are the three that we did the best with over the last year.
And there's Rupert with a squeaky toy, of course.
All the time.
So I just wanted to give you guys an update. My daughter is doing better. The little twin boys are doing good. They're so tiny. They both weigh about 3 pounds, but they're perfectly healthy, and they're about to already be off the oxygen. So
they're tiny.
Thank God. Yes.
Thank you for all the kind words.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Everybody's doing better.
Well, if you haven't had a chance, please subscribe to our channel and like the video and share.
And don't forget, our memberships area is open.
Yes.
Join. We'd love to show your private builds and
Rupert,
stuff.
come here. You're going to knock the camera.
Plus, it's a huge help to support our channel.
It
You know,
is.
we don't make a ton of money doing this, so
Yes.
if you would, please join.
Please subscribe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.